Breaking news here on the Cowboys Report. Jadeveon Clowney is visiting the Dallas Cowboys today. First reported by Josina Anderson. Other notable NFL insiders also reporting the exact same thing. So Clowney, a potential signing here for the Cowboys. We'll break it down for you on today's show. Before we do that, share today's video for me on social media. Done some shorts that were longer than a minute, so I don't know if there's going to be a push on this morning's video. Help us out. Share today's video on social media. Spread the word about the Clowney visit with the Dallas Cowboys. So details here, still a lot to be determined. This is going to be more of a visit than a workout. They are technically different things. At minimum, though, this is a clear sign the Cowboys have interest in signing Jadeveon Clowney, in adding one of, if not the best NFL free agents left unsigned as we get to near the midpoint of September. Clowney has always been a serviceable minimum player, probably a little bit higher than that. His sack numbers went down for Carolina last year, but hey, not like they were rushing the passer on a pretty consistent basis. He brings you good run defense. I think that is worth mentioning, that he is able to be a three-down player. He doesn't have to just be a situational pass rusher. I think he honestly fits pretty well with what the Cowboys have and don't have overall. 9 TFLs, indicative of his run defense ability. He's never, at this point in his career, probably ever going to get to that 10-sack number that has so consistently eluded him over the course of his career. He's 32 years old. If you can get 6 sacks from him, that's actually probably an extremely strong outcome, given even if you sign him today, I don't know if he's going to be able to play for you in week 2 against the Giants. But the fact the Cowboys are looking into alternatives to boost their defense, boost their pass rush, is a big deal. Yeah, their pressure rate was high. The time to pressure wasn't exactly high against Philadelphia. So I do think adding another edge, I didn't think they were going to, because they have a lot of intriguing young pieces, but the fact that they are looking into it, despite some concerns here, I think is a positive for the Dallas Cowboys. So the pinned comment on today's show: do you want to sign Jadeveon Clowney? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comment section, the pinned comment of today's show, Y or M. As I have complained about in the past, I like it when the Cowboys actually try to make their team better and treat talent acquisition as an actual 365-day-a-year business. Visiting with Jadeveon Clowney is a step in that direction, and I applaud the Cowboys for doing it. I am a little bit surprised, in a good way, that they're showing interest in another edge rusher. I expected them to take we like our guys, we have all these young pieces, but I appreciate them looking into ways to get better after trading away Micah Parsons. That is a positive thing for me. Clowney brings you solid run defense. He is not a liability pass rusher. He's never going to be an elite sack guy. He's more of a pressure guy than a finishing guy. That reminds me of Shamar Stewart coming out. I think my player comps are the same there. But the size, the athletic ability, the impact, all of that make it at least worth looking into. How the money side of this plays out, I don't know. That one, I think you're going to have to take a little bit of investigation. Clowney is always looking to get paid, and in general, the Cowboys love doing vet minimum deals around this time of the year. Like, is he okay settling, quote unquote, for hey, we'll give you a 1-year 3 or something like that? Cowboys never go above 5 after all. Is that too little for Clowney? Is that too much for the Cowboys? I do think the money is something that will have to be sorted out. Look, Jadeveon Clowney is not a perfect player. There's been issues with previous teams at times with, I'll call it attitude, the way he ended his time with the Browns. But as a 3-down defensive lineman who can stop the run and pressure the quarterback, which I question your run-setting defensive ends in general, I think Clowney does make quite a bit of sense. Now, today's show is made possible by Ethos. As a father of one kid and a second one on the way and due any day, trust me when I say life insurance matters. It's not fun to think about what would happen if something happened to you, but you do need to be prepared. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL daily. That's ethos.com/NFL daily. Ethos is a trustworthy company that disrupts the traditional life insurance industry, and it's more affordable than you might think. Ethos is an online platform that makes getting life insurance fast and easy to protect your family's future in minutes, not months. There is no complicated process, and it's 100% online. No medical exam is required. You just answer a few health questions and get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. 3 million families have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage for them. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL daily. That's ethos.com/NFL daily. Link is in the comments section and the description of today's show. We appreciate Ethos sponsoring us here on the Cowboys Report. Let's go to the defensive end room here and where things sit. So Dante Fowler, I think, is best as a situational pass rusher, where I don't love him against the run. I think you saw that again in the game against the Eagles, but as an edge, he's better as an edge 2 or 3. I don't love him as a 1. That's the issue. You don't have a guy, which we'll spend some more time on Clowney, how that fits in there. But he is a rotation piece. I think Marshawn Elam actually played pretty well against Philadelphia, but he's more of an edge setter than he is an every down disruptive pass rusher right now. Like, honestly, I think Clowney could be a decent guy for Nealon to learn from if Clowney was willing to do the vet leadership stuff role too. I'm excited about Donovan Ezeraku long term. Thought Sam Williams did some good stuff. You don't have a dude. So the alternative, if you don't have a dude, is to have the almost like the bullpen arms. Your edge has to become a bullpen day, where you're throwing out guys, a consistent rotation, getting different reps, different opportunities, having them all fresh. Clowney can help you in that role. It might mean James Houston ends up being inactive if he signs. I like Houston, but that's not the end of the world to me. Clowney is in the stage of journeyman career, where the money's been an issue at times. You know, he's signed late in the process with the Seahawks and Titans and other teams at points there. He's not a bust for a number 1 overall pick. He's had a very long, successful NFL career. I don't think he hasn't been Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa. But he hasn't been, he's kind of in that like middle ground. Like, he's good, but he hasn't been like the elite superstar edge. But on September 10th, to find a rotational edge who I think instantly becomes your best run-stopping defensive end and one of your better disruptors as a pass rusher, even though he's not a finisher. Hey, Cowboys are trying stuff. How is that not a bad thing at all? So give me your one-word reaction to the Cowboys' visit with Jadeveon Clowney. Let me know in the comments section of today's show how you feel about this visit. I think it's good. Positive, steps in the right direction, however you want to frame it. Like, that's obviously way more than one word, but like, impactful. Like, I like this type of stuff. Like, you should do this more often. Like, I saw people clowning the Eagles for like, look, we made them go do stuff. You have to do stuff too. Like, this is what smart teams do. Hey, we don't think we're good enough right now at edge. Like, go get it. Go get it done. I think this is a no-brainer. Like, even if you don't sign him, if the money becomes an issue, that's fine. I think you want to get to know the person. The way his tenure in Cleveland ended, there was a point I thought it might, like, completely negate everything. Like, it was that bad. Like, he accused the Browns of rigging the game plan to get Myles Garrett more stats because he didn't like it when the team rotated him around and got the better matchup for Myles Garrett. I thought that was, frankly, stupid and dumb. I think you do want to vet that. But he's been with the Ravens and Panthers since then, mostly going fine. No major issues there. He is, I think, an impactful piece. I would say in general, one more note. I would not be surprised if we get additional names or visiting the Dallas Cowboys at edge. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I wouldn't be surprised if they are looking at other pieces. So go out and look at Clowney, the biggest name out there on the free agent market with Zadarius Smith now in Philadelphia. That tells me that this team is like, okay, yeah, we need more juice at edge. And they're not just content to let the young guys develop, which I thought is what they were going to do. History has told us that's what they always do. Glad they're kind of breaking mold a little bit there. We will have any and all updates on Clowney and other players for the Cowboys, so do not miss out. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV.